How may I help you?
I want to open a staking account.
The chairman awaits you.
Welcome to GSP. Here are your staking options. Are you ready for staking? Now you are ready.
Introducing the most flexible crypto card in the world. 5 traditional currency accounts, including USD, GPB, EUR, CNY, and JPY. Currency exchange rates better than high street banks. Manage all your crypto and traditional currencies with one simple platform. Add funds to your account via bank transfer, credit and debit card, or crypto proceeds. Spend or withdraw your funds anywhere credit and debit cards are accepted. Exclusive plastic, aluminum, stainless steel, gold-plated, and solid gold cards available. 24/7 global support in multi-languages. 24/7 professional concierge services. Up to 40% discounts on hotel and travel. Instant rewards from high street retailers. Fast delivery to over 100 countries. Order your GS Lifestyle card today.
Hello, everyone. This is Daniel Higgins coming to you with our Wealth Boost Worldwide mission. To provide individuals worldwide with the tools to enhance their lives, achieve their dreams, and build massive wealth. You know what? We are salespeople and we are a sales team. We do not sell products, goods, or services. We sell people on the infinite possibility of their lives and the power of their dreams. We sell people on never giving up because we know this is a noble cause. So if you're a guest on the line today, get back with the person sharing this great information with you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. Hello, everybody. Hello. This is Daniel Higgins coming to you live and in living color. So tonight we're going to take a little time and pause. There's a whole lot of good stuff going on in Gold Standard Partners and a whole lot of good stuff going on in Wealth Buzz Worldwide. But what is really burning inside of my mind and during my meditation time yesterday was to slow down and just share kind of a slice of my heart and share a little bit of my story and my journey for everybody here. What's going on, Miss Sylvia Clark? Good to see you. And what's up, Bruce Roosevelt? What's up, Mark Smith? Good to see you online, sir. Good to see everybody. So thank you. There's a whole bunch of people different platforms. I'm live on Facebook, live on YouTube, live on Twitter. Okay. So we're going to talk a little bit about my journey, my success journey. And I know that it's going to empower others. So I have to share it. I will do my best to keep the tears at bay. But I might need to take a moment here and there, right? I might just need to take a moment. So let me introduce myself and go over my success story, my journey so far. For those of you who don't know, I was born and raised in New York, Queens, New York. So I am a kid from Queens. Mr. Jason Pompey kind of knows how that rolls, right? And my family, my parents actually come from Trinidad. So that's kind of one of the reasons why I connect so well with my brother Eric Teray Muhammad, our Caribbean family, and our Trinidadian leaders in Wealth Builders Worldwide, along with Gold Standard Partners, right? So my mom and my dad are from Port of Spain, Trinidad. And growing up in New York, I mean, it was a great journey, right? I have 3 sisters, okay, no brothers. And I'm telling you right now, you know, we didn't have the silver spoon, but all was well, right? All was well, right? I had a great childhood, you know, growing up with my sisters, growing up with my family, surrounded in a loving environment, all of that good stuff, right? Our house, you know, was a good size. Of course, there was a lot of us, so, you know, room was limited. Room was limited, right? And both parents were working for the most part. There was a little bit of a change towards the tail end. And my dad was a welder, okay? So man, I'm telling you, he worked hard, tirelessly, right? He worked hard, he worked tirelessly. What's going on, Marlon, over in Trinidad, man? Welcome to the live stream. So my dad from Trinidad was a welder, right, by trade. And there was times where, you know, he was away for several days, several weeks, because as a welder, he was traveling to wherever he needed to go to get that job with his organization and his company, right, and his union, right? So very active working, right? And my dad wasn't a big talker, right? He loved an action, which is definitely something that, you know, I strive to do. He didn't do a lot of talking. He did a whole lot of loving in action, right? So growing up, I was very active, extremely active. I was rollerblading, doing basketball. I was into everything, right? Skateboarding. I was just all over the place. I was skateboarding when it wasn't popular, right? When it wasn't popular. So, you know, I was very, very active, riding my bike, doing a whole lot of stuff, right? I know I used to ride my bike to the subway and, you know, take the subway and go straight to Manhattan, ride my bike some more, or take my rollerblades. I mean, I was very, very active, right? Loved playing basketball. So to this day, whew, that's my sport right there. That's my sport. You saw what Atlanta did, right? All right. So very, very active in sports, right? So I loved it. It definitely kept me active and kept me focused in certain areas. And then incomes, you know, our church are very active there. And then I started becoming very active in my youth group. It's kind of funny. To this day, my cousin used to just invite me to this youth group that was in our church in New York. And I'm telling you, it took me a long time to come. You know, I ignored that invitation several times. And then when I did go ahead and, you know, grace them with my presence, right? It wasn't like I was that busy, right? But it was one of those things where you just kind of put it off, and then when you go, you just go and you never stop going, right? So I love that. It definitely had a huge impact on my life in terms of serving the community, but also growing spiritually. So my foundation, of course, is a Christian background, and I'm telling you, it was a great journey growing up in our youth group in Bethlehem Church in New York. Actually, one of my Sunday school teachers, I just found out just a little while ago that he passed. So it really took the wind out of my sails. Brother Mike Guadalico, man, I love you, brother. I know exactly where you are, and I look forward to meeting you and seeing you again. So that gentleman poured into my life, you know, and he always encouraged people. He always spoke life. He was always so excited to see me. Because like I said, I was very active in church. You know, what was really interesting years ago, you guys are going to laugh at this, but I actually started a group, right? I was actually the first person in my church to really start bringing in hip hop, bringing in that R&B flavor to church. And I started rapping and doing ministry and poetry and all of that stuff, right? So I was very, very active in church, and I enjoyed it. It was a challenge, creating new things, putting music together. And I see my son has, traces of that growing up right now as he has created the music that we kind of have this intro to for Daniel's Den, right? And I really just enjoyed it, man. So I just went all out, Literally one night I just came home and started writing. And I mean, like, not little writing. I mean, I had like 6-7 pages. It just flowed through me. The poetry just flowed through me. And it was a nonstop kind of thing where I just had to get it out of me. It was just one of those out of body kind of experiences, right? So as I move along in my life, right, I really never thought I would leave New York. I mean, I really never, the thought of moving from New York, I mean, it never really crossed my mind. I loved being in New York. My family was there. Everything I knew was there. And I never really thought about making that change. I never was thinking about, I guess, getting out of that comfort zone or moving to something different, right? So long story short, my dad actually wanted a change of pace, right? And as I tell you guys the story, it's man, it's just, thank you, Barney. Yeah, my son is talented, man. He's got some skills. There's so many little small things that happen in people's lives that just put them on that ordered steps path where you can't, looking back, you're like, wow, if just one little thing went different, I could be in a whole different place. And you kind of shudder at the, oh my gosh, like my whole life could have been completely different. Some of that might be like, just one little adjustment, right? So anyway, so I never thought I would leave New York, right? So I never had any plans to leave New York. My dad started wanting to make a change and wanted to make a move late in life. I guess wanted to slow down or get away from the hustle and bustle of New York because, it's the hustle and bustle growing up in New York. We're in Queens, New York, and we made that change and we moved as a family. And I am to this day so thankful for that change. It impacted my life greatly. I was introduced to an amazing church, one of the largest churches in Atlanta here, with World Changers Church International. And through that connection, guys, listen to this, through that connection, I was introduced to Monisha, right? Miss Mo, right? She was my praise team / choir mama, at first choir mama for a while. And, that relationship was strong. She was there to support me, very loving, very supporting. Oh my gosh. And she knew so much, just a wealth of information, but always caring and heartfelt and sincere, right? And then later on, talk about divine connections. So connected to her, and then later on connected to Mr. Delco as I continued to grow in the choir and pursue the choir because I had a passion for that, to sing and to minister. So as I was there, I ended up in the praise team, and I was actually the youngest gentleman on the praise team. That was years ago, right? So I was the youngest guy on the praise team there, and had the privilege and honor being connected to Mr. Michael Delco through the praise team and a lot of other amazing artists. I mean, I'm telling you right now, that music ministry is like nothing I've ever experienced. It absolutely stretched me, absolutely grew me musically, because I'm just a kid from Queens. I'm just a kid from Queens. And, being surrounded by people so talented and so heartfelt and so sincere definitely made a positive impact on my life. And I just grew from it. I grew from that challenge, right? And throughout the time, I was working full time, doing a whole lot of different work, working multiple jobs, juggling. I mean, there was one time where I was literally working 3 jobs at the same time. When did I sleep? Not really, And one of my jokes when I share part of my story, because I haven't really shared all my story, and even tonight, it's just going to be a glimpse of my success journey. But one of my jokes is when we did our live events was that, I did those 3 jobs And unfortunately, in the Trinidadian Caribbean part of the world or the culture, when you got your 2 to 3 jobs, you're a real Trini, right? You're a real Caribbean man, right? So it's a funny thing, but it's true. There is a thought process that's manhood, that's leadership, right? And that's what you need to do, right? You got to work the multiple jobs, right? Because we didn't know a better way. I didn't know a better way, before being connected to Wealth Builders Worldwide. I didn't know. I didn't know there was a better way. So that's what I was doing, working hard, and like I said, my dad was a welder, and I mean, he worked hard. I mean, he spent a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of energy. And I saw how it just, I saw how it wore down on his body, like literally wore down on his body, being injured in certain areas, or, having to go through some aggressive physical changes with his eyes and with his body, because that is extremely physically demanding. It demands a lot of concentration. Now, he was very creative with it too. I tell you one cool thing, because I got to change the pace before the tears keep coming down. But one of the things he used to do is he used to create this huge jar with steel, right? Just huge jar, and cut a little slit in it and put quarters in it, right? And I mean, I'm telling you, this jar was huge, and he welded it, and he did what he did, man. He was creative with it, right? So he did have some skill with it. He was definitely gifted with his hands, absolutely gifted with his hands. To this day, I look out at my deck, which he helped me redo, and I go into our master bathroom, which he helped me redo, and we took our time and spent that father-son time right together, working on those areas, right? Like I said, my dad's not a big talker. He loved an action, right? And I try my best to do that as much as possible also. And, those are little mementos that I could look back at and think about the times that we spent together, right? So as I fast forward through this, definitely there's a whole lot of challenges financially. Like I said, I was working 3 jobs, trying to figure things out, right? Moved into working full time, of course, with some organizations, and started to pursue, my degree, right? So pursued my degree with Shorter University, which I graduated from Shorter University. I was very excited. I did everything backwards in life. Okay, I I did my college experience late in life, right? I did it backwards, right? But it doesn't matter, right? I got it done, right? And I have to show this picture. This is definitely one of my favorite pictures of me and my dad. Of course, you can see we're both cheesing ear to ear on graduation day, as I graduated with my business management degree. Also graduated with a leadership degree, and I'm definitely very, very thankful for him to be able to experience that and, see me accomplish that. If you are aware, in the Caribbean culture, Trinidadian culture, education is talked about a lot, right? It's talked about a lot. It's kind of beaten into you like, hey, go get that degree, which is good. Go get that degree, because it can never be taken away from you, right? So they held that in high esteem, right? Not all of my family was able to, complete that task in terms of my aunts, uncles, all that stuff like that. But I'm telling you right now, that's not the way to build wealth, okay? That's not the way to build wealth. And like I told you, my dad worked real hard. He was a hard worker. If working hard was a solution, if working hard was a gateway, if working hard by itself was a gateway to wealth, he should have been super wealthy. He did what he had to do with the information he had, right? And I know that if my dad had an opportunity to do more and do better, he would love in action, because that was the person he was, right? That was the person he was. And I absolutely want to do things to honor him, right? And this is absolutely one of my favorite pictures with me and my dad. We were just talking and having a good time, right? Of course, he loves soccer, so it's amazing that my oldest son played soccer aggressively, and he able to kind of hang out with us and, watch those games and give him pointers and all that stuff, So, he played soccer throughout his whole life, and I loved seeing him play. He showed me a few tricks, but my sport was basketball, right? I didn't lean into the soccer game as much as he did, right? But he loved the game, and he loved watching me play basketball too. So it's, and a lot of times why I talk about my dad is because, of course, we just came out of Father's Day, but also, my dad and my family, of course, shapes my identity, right? And thank you for that, Barney. I appreciate that. And, your loved one shapes your identity. They have an impact on you, positive or negative. And there's a lot of success principles I could take from my dad. But in terms of building wealth, generational wealth, he was unable to do that because, once again, as I share all the time with everybody face to face and on these live streams, is that if you're exchanging time for money, you're going to have to you're going to have to sleep every once in a while. And even if you're in perfect health, you might have some family members that you might need to take some time off to spend some time with them, right? So unfortunately, he wasn't able to create generational wealth because he had to clock in and he had to clock out. So when he clocked out, that stopped. Creating income stopped, right? And that's where most people are, because we didn't know a better way. I wouldn't have known a better way if there wasn't Wealth Builders Worldwide. If I didn't get connected to Mike and Mo, right? Mr. Michael Delco and Miss Mo, right? And I'm so thankful for that relationship. Now, I'm going to be extremely transparent as much as I can. Part of my success journey is my dad's health declining, right? So he worked, listen to this, and this is just true life. He worked from since he was like 15. And later in life, he was diagnosed with cancer a little bit after retiring, right? So he worked all his life, worked hard all his life. And from my point of view, because of course I got sisters, I got siblings, everybody has their different point of view. But from my point of view, because of that, he was not really able to enjoy that retirement the way he should have, right? And also on the flip side, for me personally, I feel sad about it too, because of the fact that I was actively working. So I didn't have the time freedom that I really, really wanted to spend time with him during those challenging times. I was restricted. During that time. And I did get to spend some time with him, don't get it twisted, but still, my heart wanted to spend more time with him, right? So that's one of my biggest reasons for what I do, is because I want to position myself and my family for not just more income, but time freedom to go where you want to be where you want to be, and with who you want to be with. I spent some time in New York with some of my aunts and my uncles, and I didn't know it was going to be the last time I saw one of my aunts. And we had an epic time. And I was talking with my aunt about some things. Sometimes we're impacted negatively by what we're trained to think when it comes to religion or relationships. And there's some restrictions, and we don't get to live life full out because of the negative thinking or because of erroneous teachings that we're given, maybe from the church, maybe from a friend, maybe from a pastor, whoever it is, some well-meaning person that doesn't have all of the great information, right? And we had that conversation. Thank you, Roosevelt. Right? So as I slice off and show part of my heart and part of the reason why I just continue to share this great information because I want to position as many people as possible. Hey, there's a better way. You can spend more time with your loved ones, right? You can move away from exchanging time for money, start getting passive income, creating passive income. You're going to want to get back with the person sharing this information with you. You want to get back with them, right? So let me connect some dots as I continue to talk and try my best not to cry throughout this. This is just part of my story, part of my success journey, a glimpse of it, a very high overview of it. But you might be like me. Maybe you might want to spend more time with your loved ones. Maybe you want to have better options, because that's all money does, is give you better options. Maybe you did the normal thing that I did. You went to school. You got multiple degrees. I literally worked in two very prominent universities, one Shorter University and one KSU. KSU is one of the third largest or second largest now universities in Georgia. There's so many people with PhDs that are literally broke financially. And they're literally going to school and continuing to go to school so they cannot and do not have to pay back student loans. There's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way. Like I said, my dad worked hard, and then I worked hard too. And I went and took the normal path. It didn't lead to financial freedom. The normal path doesn't lead to financial freedom. What's going on, Miss Angela Hunter? Welcome, welcome. So, as my dad's health deteriorated, right? And all the challenges with that, I started a success journey. And there were times where I didn't want to do a live stream and encourage other people because of the challenges that I was facing. But I had to. I had to, because I just can't be selfish with good information. If there's an opportunity, for you to bring generational wealth to your family, would you take 15 to 20 minutes to listen to the information someone's sharing with you, or would you ignore it? That's up to you. That's completely up to you. But I would encourage you to take a serious look at what we're sharing. We're super excited about what's going on. We are very excited about what's going on in GS Partners. But we're excited because we have a dream, we have a passion, we have a calling within us that's stirring us up. We have something that we want to do in our lives. We have something that's just pushing us to help more people, or even to position ourselves better for our financial future and position our kids for a better financial future. So fathers, mothers, sisters, cousins, everybody on the sound of my voice, get back with the person sharing this information with you. And let me wrap this up. Because of my amazing dad, because my dad wanted to change pace, I left New York with my dad and with my whole family, right? And I got connected to World Changers Church International in the music ministry. So we talk about divine connections. We talk about a little slice of my success story. because of me being connected to World Changers, those amazing relationships, because all things work through relationships. All beneficial things and all negative things come through relationships. So that's why it's great to be connected to positive relationships, empowering relationships. Right? So, as I mentioned, I got connected, started serving in the music ministry and World Changers, was able to connect with Mo. I actually knew Mo first. She was my choir mama, choir leader, right, to help me stay on track, and then help me through the praise team and getting accommodated there. And then later on, I met Mr. Michael Delco, right? And we knew each other in passing. Like, we weren't, over each other's houses every 5 seconds, right? I'm not trying to paint some weird picture that wasn't correct, right? Because I was new to the music ministry. But over time, we built a solid relationship, right? All right. He knew me, I knew him, right? Somebody at church, right? Someone who might have the key to your financial freedom, someone who might have the key to help get you to your place of abundance right next to you. Someone you can overlook. Someone who can empower you, but you might take for granted. Someone sharing a live stream that you click past often and say you'll get to it later. Mr. Delco continued to post on Facebook, and I noticed his posts, right? And because of him posting, I went ahead and invited myself to a live event. He had a live event, and I showed up to the live event, and Mr. Delco came up to me. We greeted each other, said, "What's up?" And we laugh about this to this day, because he said, "Who invited you to this event?" And I said, "You invited me to the event." And he said, "Oh." So we always laugh about that, right? Because you guys already know the map and everything like that. But hey, listen, real life is when you launch your business, you get busy and you can't reach out to everybody. But as you chase your dream, you'll draw those leaders to you. That's just real life. That's just real life, right? That's just real life. Yeah. Yeah, we always joke about that. Almost like Sherry Brown, how she says, you didn't call me first. We kind of had that same conversation, right? And Mr. Michael Delco is in Dubai right now, right? Probably still awake, right? Probably still awake, right? So that's part of my success journey, guys. So I hope that this empowers you. And I'll be clear about where I'm at right now as I am building this team and organization, right? There's two ways to build wealth in Wealth Builders Worldwide along with GS Partners, right? You can build an organization, which is connecting people and building leaders and connecting leaders to Wealth Builders Worldwide, connecting leaders to Gold Standard Partners, reaching out to people, calling people, texting people, things of that nature to reach out to people, say, hey, listen, this is what's going on. So as I'm doing that and as I'm growing that part of the business, I am definitely moving money towards myself. And as my team, and I'm giving my team time to succeed and grow, I am building my wealth. I'm moving money towards ourselves, right? I'm acquiring assets. Ooh, I love acquiring assets because along this success journey, guys, I've developed a habit. I've developed a success habit that's all throughout every success book, especially Think and Grow Rich, along with the Law of Success, along with The Richest Man in Babylon. I developed a habit while connected to Wealth Builders Worldwide. And guess what? That habit is pay yourself first. Move money towards yourself. I can't stop that habit now. That habit is on autopilot. I hear you, Mark. I hear you, Mark. Right? So thank you guys for joining. I hope that this, I know this will impact a lot of people. So share this out. Share this information out. The moment I knew I was talking about this late last night, early this morning, I knew that it's going to have a ripple effect. I already know that. So get back with the person sharing this information. Share this information out, because stories, watching my amazing mentors grow and become $1 million earners, watching them grow and learn this amazing business, gleaning from them, learning from them, honoring what they've put in this atmosphere of Wealth Builders Worldwide, having the tremendous honor to be connected to Wealth Builders Worldwide. I do my best to continue to not take it lightly. We are closing the wealth gap, something that no one else is doing in the way we're doing. You can join right now for free. You could join right now for free. Right now, that might change, but right now, you can join for free and get your free registration completed and start moving money towards yourself. We're not even telling you to spend money. We're not. We're telling you to keep your money. We're telling you to keep your money. That's not a play on words. That's what we are doing. That's what I'm doing. So I'm encouraging you to do the same. If you choose not to participate, the people on this stream, Roosevelt, Mark, all the amazing leaders on the stream are going to continue to move money towards themselves. One of my amazing leaders is excited about getting property in Dubai. Guess what her profession is? She's a real estate professional. Where can you position yourself to get residual income from across the other side of the world? We are in a global economy. There's so many benefits to being connected to what we are doing. There's so many benefits. But you know what? You won't get any of those benefits unless you complete your free registration. And I'm going to drive this one point home because I could sense that it needs to be said. Listen, you go to your job, you get your job, and you start day one. And you do not ask your boss or your supervisor or the organization to pay you less until you learn everything in that job. No, you expect paid training, and you expect your full salary or hourly wage. You expect to learn and earn at the same time. You expect for that to happen. So why on God's green earth would you come into this organization or this business and say, I want to learn everything and not earn at the same time? Why would you switch it in a business that can position you for unlimited income? Why would you do that to yourself? I'm not frozen. 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 All right, I got to get out of here. Thank you guys for your time. Get back with the person sharing this information with you. If Barney is sharing this with you, if Roosevelt is sharing it with you, if Mark Smith, awesome guy, is sharing this with you. Listen, we are a wealth building team and wealth building family. let me share with you guys, you actually have a success team waiting to assist you. We do live webinars every single day. You can connect with wealth builders and get your answers to any of your questions right away. And guess what? We're not practicing on you. This GS Partners organization has over 115,000 people connected to it. You're not a guinea pig. We're not practicing on you. People have been paid over oh my gosh, I'm not even going to get into that. But there has been several millions of dollars paid out in commissions already. We're not practicing on you. We already did the soft launch. We're about to do a global official launch in Dubai this Friday through Saturday. My amazing sponsor and business partner, Mr. Michael Delco, who is a 7-figure earner by himself, and Miss Mo is a 7-figure earner by herself, are in Dubai right now, about to step foot into the headquarters of Gold Standard Partners. If you have a doubt if this is real, log off. It's not for you, okay? And that's all right. Everything is not for everybody, okay? Everything is not for everybody. We're not trying to talk people into this. We're drawing the right people into this. We're drawing the leaders into this. We're drawing people who want to partner with us and help more people start their success journey, okay? And I'm telling you right now, I'm going to do something to honor my dad. I'm going to do something to honor my dad. That's another amazing reason why I will never stop doing this business. So mark my words. It's going to be special. It's already played out in my mind. It's already blueprinted out in my mind. Thank you guys for your time. I'm going to show you your success team, and I want you to get back with the person sharing this with you. This is your success team. There are people on here who have been financially free for over 25 years. There's people on here who have paid off their houses 11 years early. There's people on here who are full-time moms. There's people on here that are full-time dads. There are people on here who were able to get their luxury vehicle of their dreams with a swipe. Actually, there's multiple people who have gotten their luxury vehicle that they loved and dreamed of with a swipe. There's recording artists on here. There's entertainers on here, right? There's public speakers on here. There's motivational speakers on here. There's dads on here. There's moms on here, like I mentioned, right? There's several doctors in our organization. I know I talked about education, and maybe you took it the wrong way. It's always good to be educated. But the biggest thing is to educate, is to draw from within yourself. God has placed something special inside of you. Allow Wealth Builders Worldwide to draw that out of you and put it on display for the world. There's people on here who were millionaires in real estate, and now they're going to be millionaires in G999, along with millionaires with the real estate in Dubai. Get back with the person sharing this information with you. If that person is me, you jump on y1income.com, you get your free registration completed. Once you do that, I'll be able to reach out to you and connect you to this amazing leadership and global team. Everything that I just showed you before requires a special password. The people sharing this information with you will provide that password for you so that we can connect you to your success team so that you can start moving into your success journey, okay? So get back with the person sharing this information with you. Get back with them immediately, all right? Let's start your success journey. Let's start your success journey, all right? So if your success journey starts with me, if you're seeing this on my Facebook, on my YouTube, or on my Twitter account, you go straight to y1income.com and get your free registration completed. If you're not seeing this on my page, get back with the person who's sharing this information with you. Thank you, everybody, for your time. I'm signing off now. I will see you guys on the next live stream. Let's go ahead, and our outro for tonight is, once again, I gotta, let me see what we're gonna do for our outro. All right, I will see you guys on the next live stream. Have a great day, night, afternoon. I'll see you next time.